learn. If we don't make, mistakes, it's because you already know something inside out and backwards. If you want to learn and grow, mistakes are a part of the package. After accepting the mistake, it is actually important to learn from the mistake. Because you can get to the accepting stage and accept, okay, I made a mistake. But instead of learning from it, you just beat yourself up over and over and over again. And this isn't healthy. So there's actually a 8-step process I found to learning from your mistake. But each step is important to the process of learning. So it's not like one is more important than the other. They're all I put them all as pretty equal. Step 1, correct your mistake. Mistakes can help you learn, but only if you make sure they are corrected. For example, if you use the wrong ingredient while cooking, be sure to ask your mother or a knowledgeable person about the correct way to use the ingredient so that you can revise the information in your memory. Step 2, keep a journal of your mistakes and successes. It can be helpful to write down when and where and how you're making mistakes in your life. This will create additional awareness of your patterns, which may be difficult to notice in the heat of the moment. Carry a small notebook or journal around with you. Make a note of the times you did something wrong. Review the entries later in the week when you have free time and explore options for what you could have done differently. For example, if you're working on a new recipe and things keep going poorly, make a note of where you're messing up. Think about it later that evening and see if you can come up with ways to prepare the dish differently. But you should also track your successes, so you'll be more motivated to continue learning despite making mistakes if you track your progress over time and celebrate what you're good at. A solely negative focus is unhelpful. Step 3, focus on get better goals rather than be good goals. Be good goals set unrealistic expectations for yourself, especially if you're just starting out with an activity. If you set be good goals, you are raising the stakes and telling yourself that you need to succeed in order to be a good person. Get better goals, on the other hand, are all about improvement. With these goals, you don't need ridiculously high achievements in order to feel good about yourself. You're aiming for improvement, not perfection. For example, focus on the get better goal of learning how to use different spices and how different spices affect the taste of food, rather than be good goal of being a master chef right off the bat. Because realistically, that's not going to happen. No one's going to be, you can be more talently inclined, but not a master or that. Step 4, engage in deliberate practice. Time is the only ingredient necessary to learn from your mistakes. You also benefit from going forward with a specific purpose. This is why it's important that you locate your mistakes and the reason behind them. Being aware of what you're doing wrong and why will help you create a plan of practice and increase your competence. Step 5, ask for help. There's no shame in asking for help with something you haven't gotten the hang of yet. Putting your ego aside and learning from someone who has more experience than you is a great way to improve, especially if you find yourself in a rut and don't know how to proceed. Step 6, believe in your abilities. Research suggests that people who believe they can learn from a mistake are actually more likely to learn from their mistakes. Knowing that it's possible for you to learn from a mistake is a good step toward doing it. Step 7, knowing that reasons are not the same as excuses. We're told not to make excuses for our mistakes, but that's different from knowing about the reason for our mistake. If a meal you are cooking doesn't come out right, it's okay to recognize the fact that you made a mistake, such as not following the recipe closely enough or reaching for the salt instead of the sugar. That's a reason, not an excuse. Searching for the reason behind your mistakes can help you do better in the future because it will show you where you went wrong. Step 8, give yourself time. Sometimes all it takes to learn from a mistake is one pass. This isn't always the case, however. Many times, in order to learn from a mistake, we must make it several times over. It can be difficult to catch on the first time, so give yourself a leeway to make sure, to make the same mistakes a few times before getting frustrated. I know this is a longer video, but it is an important topic because everyone makes mistakes. Sometimes I've gotten stuck on figuring out the reason behind the mistake and then tried to correct the wrong reason. Other times I've been stuck on asking for help because I don't know how to ask. Learning from your mistakes takes time and effort, so be easy on yourself.